Hey everybody, and welcome back to Family Cafe Live. I'm so glad that you have chosen to come and to be here this morning and to invest in your kids this way by being a part of this family worship experience. As you may know, the purpose or the mission that we're trying to pursue as our children's ministries here at Calvin is to assist families in growing lifelong disciples of Jesus Christ. And so to that end, today I'm just thrilled to be able to share with you a little bit about one of the values that we pursue as we seek to do that. And that value is imagine the end. So let me ask you, with the back-to-school season, have you finished sorting through all those packets that they send home with our kids from the schools? You know, the ones that have all those forms, there's the registrations, there's all the information about the different activities they can get signed up for. You've got field trips, you've got clubs, you've got all the after-school events and activities. And then on top of that, many of us have got our kids in other things. They're involved with soccer or swimming. Perhaps they're taking lessons in piano or dance or taekwondo. Or maybe your kids are involved with the Cub Scouts or the Boy Scouts or the Girl Scouts. But do you ever wonder, in all of our attempts to succeed as parents, and if we're honest, our attempts to overachieve as parents and really to keep up with all the other parents, you ever wonder if we start to overtax our kids with everything that they're doing? I mean, all of us as parents want to have healthy kids. In fact, if we're honest, we really want our kids to be superstars. But do we overdo it sometimes? What if, instead of making them stars, we're just making them busy? We're making them stressed. So here's the thought. What I give to my kids is not nearly as important as what I put into my kids. Or maybe to put it another way, what I leave behind for my children is not nearly as important as what I leave in my children. So maybe we need to kind of reframe the questions that we ask. Instead of asking, what is everybody else doing? Or even asking, what is good for my kid? What if we asked spiritually, emotionally, relationally, what is helping my child truly come alive? So here's a challenge for us. It's got two steps. Step one is to make a list of everything that your child is enrolled in, everything they're doing, and then ask the question, among all these different things, what is really helping them to come alive? Again, the parenting value we're trying to uphold here is imagining the end. We want to parent with the end in mind. So what is helping your child become who God has created her or him to be? Where do you see the sparks of life emerging from them? Or what are the signs of the life that God has designed them to live that are showing up in your child? So that's step one. Then step two, when and where you see your child coming alive, cooperate with that. Instead of trying to do 10 different things, focus on what helps them to experience not just a busy life, but a full life as God intended. That might mean that we've got to cut some stuff out. We may have to say no to some things, maybe things that everybody else is doing, maybe even things that our kids feel like they want or even need to do. But we can't say yes to everything. So why not say yes to those things that make our kids come alive and then strategically cut out the rest? It might also mean, though, that we still have to reinforce some tough stuff. Because I'm not saying that we need to abdicate responsibility and discipline. Some of the things that our kids need to do may not appear to be making them alive right away. Certainly, my kids would say that about having to do the dishes or about having to pick up their rooms. But we know, again, if we're looking towards the end, that we want our kids to be healthy, to be mature, to be responsible. So we are beginning, again, with the end in mind there. Finally, some of us may need to actually add some stuff to our kids' lives. And when we sit down and evaluate all that they're doing, we may see that there really isn't much that's helping them to grow into the woman or the man that God desires them to be. Maybe not much is happening spiritually that's making them come alive and helping them to realize their potential as one who is alive in Christ. So if that's the case, I would encourage you to enlist the broader community. Maybe you want to brainstorm with some other parents about different activities, or maybe just get a little more connected with the children's ministries here at Calvin. Now, in saying that, I know there might be a response that comes that says, how can we add one more thing? Didn't we just say we're already doing too much? Well, let me share with you some statistics that come from the Kaiser Family Foundation. They report that kids under age 6 watch an average of about 2 hours of screen media a day, primarily TV or videos or DVDs. Kids and teens ages 8 to 18 spend nearly 4 hours a day in front of a TV screen and almost 2 additional hours on the computer outside of homework, but just playing games and stuff. And we adults, we aren't a whole lot better. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, adults in 2009 spent almost 3 hours a day watching TV. So clearly our kids and ourselves, as busy as we all are, we've got some room in our schedules for adjustments. Let me finish with this. By taking the time to discover which activities help make our kids come alive, emotionally, spiritually, relationally, we're able to focus our priorities on what really matters most. We can be parents who aren't just keeping our kids busy, who aren't even just trying to make our kids happy, but we can parent with the end in mind and help them to become all that God would have them to be. And so with God's help and with the support of one another, we can truly make lifelong disciples of Jesus Christ.